Hi, everyone. My name is Michele Landers, and welcome to my living room and the second show of Divinely Inspired by the Numbers. And I'm very, very happy to be with you again today. And I'm so happy to be part of the Enlightened World Network. And I just have to tell you that Enlightened World Network is the place of peace and calm, and where you can find emotional and spiritual support from a group of wonderful, inspiring light workers. And they all share their expertise through classes and meditation and uplifting conversation. So I really, really do hope that you continue to check out EWN and all it has to offer. It's really a beautiful place. And again, I'm so grateful to be part of it. So I would like to begin each class by bringing our focus in to the here and now. So, you know what happens every day. We have all this busyness and we're tuning into something and our mind is going a mile a minute. So let's kind of just do that with a really, really brief centering meditation. So wherever you are, I would just like you to get really comfortable and loosen anything that may be too tight, and close your eyes. And just take 3 deep breaths like this. Breathe in through your nose. And when you exhale out through your mouth, do it with a deep ah. So let's just do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose and ah. And one more time. Ah. So keeping your eyes closed, I'd like you to just imagine or visualize that there's a beautiful, luminous sphere of healing, colored light hovering right over your head. And you can pick the color. Now imagine that that light from the sphere is entering into the top of your head and flowing beautifully down your face, relaxing your jaw, your neck. And now feel your shoulders just drop down as the light continues to flow through your arms and your hands. And now into your heart, your beautiful heart. And this healing light continues down through your stomach, down through your thighs, your legs, your feet. And now deep into the ground below. You feel wonderfully relaxed, centered, and at peace. So take a deep breath in, and now open your eyes. Okay, I hope that felt really good. It felt really good for me. And I think it's important to get centered so we are better able to take in information. And I always ask people when I'm doing any class, whether it's this or Living Miraculously, I ask you to take a walk on the wild side with me. You know, don't have any preconceived ideas for this little time we have together on what works, what doesn't work. Just kind of let go. Be like a child and say, wow, that's interesting, or how curious is that? So on these shows that I'm doing, I'm talking a little bit about numerology, and I always have a guest on, which I will today, and I'm excited about that guest for a number of reasons. And I'll talk a little bit about their chart so you get a feel for how does this go, this numerology. So for those of you who aren't familiar with numerology, it is a really ancient and very personal study of the numbers of your life based on your name at birth and your full birth date. So numerology describes your divine contract with the universe and tells you why you are, who you are, and what your purpose is in this lifetime. And I think that's pretty rich. And it also can tell you what energies are operating for you in every year. It's like having a map or a blueprint to help you navigate through life. So again, each week I bring a guest on and we talk about their personal numbers, and hopefully it's enlightening and encouraging and supporting, because that's what all of these modalities, I believe, are for, is to help us and support us. So in anyone's chart, the first thing I always look at are the 4 core numbers. And understanding your 4 core numbers, if I could use an analogy, it'd be like understanding the 4 core areas of astrology: your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, your midheaven. And it's also important to know in numerology that the letters of your name have numerical coordinates. And there are 9 basic numbers in numerology. And most of the time, any totals that I calculate in a chart are reduced to a single digit of 1 to 9. So the other thing that people often ask me, if there are only 9 basic numbers, how would my life path or personal year be different from somebody else's with the same life path or personal year? And that is really, really a great question. And it's pretty simple to answer, because although there are some similarities, if I'm in an 8-year and you're in an 8-year, I know some of the things are going to be very similar. But what distinguishes mine from yours are certain transits, as well as your name, which every year, each letter of your name, believe it or not, is transiting in your chart. So that makes it even richer. And then I have some other really wonderful transits that I learned from the master, Kevin Quinn Avery. But you know what? I thought very, very quickly, I'm going to talk about a client, actually 2 clients, so you can understand how all this works in real life, like when you have this life path and somebody else has something similar. So for the sake of anonymity, we're going to call this couple Mary and John. And so Mary has a 5 life path and a 5 life path. And I hope you guys are listening when I talk about the different life paths, so you can maybe jot down, a little bit of tidbits about them. So the 5 life path loves travel and excitement and adventure. Okay, so Mary has a 5. Her husband, John, has a 3 life path. And a 3 life path loves spontaneity and fun. So John comes home and he's so excited to share with Mary his idea to take a spur of the moment 4-day trip to Boston to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And that was the following week. So they're both Irish. They met in Boston, and well, why not? And that wasn't this year, it was last year. But here's the numerological caveat. Yeah, they both have life paths that love travel and adventure. However, Mary has a soul urge of 4. Now, a 4 in numerology is not spontaneous, and it has to have a plan. Now, John's soul urge of 1 just adds to his let's do this now personality. They're very spontaneous. So look, although Mary wanted to go, she tells John, you should have made these plans earlier. So she had time to make a plan. So that was not the first time that they've ever locked horns about, some of these issues. Sometimes Mary would acquiesce, but not before they kind of had to battle it out. But guess what? When they had their numerological profiles done, they understood the richness of their numbers and all their numbers in each of their charts. And that way they had a deeper understanding and a clearer picture of what each other's fears and motivations were. So here's the other thing, guys. Of course, their psychological profile surely mirrored a lot of this, and coaching certainly helped. But the thing with the numerological profile, it was a big aha moment for them right there in black and white. And so once they understood it, it was so much easier when they had these situations come up. They go, oh, right, I saw it in black and white. Mary needs a plan. So that's a little bit, I hope that helps people understand why your chart would be different than somebody else's. But what I'd like to do right now is bring on my very special guest, Denice. And I want to talk about her chart, and I'm excited, and I'm going to explain to her why. So, Denice.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey. I'm so glad. I know we're meeting for the first time, but there's definitely a simpatico going on here. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, one of the reasons is when I looked at your chart, guess what? You have the same life path that I do, the number 3.
Wow.
So, yeah. And overall, what does the 3 want to do? It really, the 3 life path, the purpose of a 3 life path is to create and to express and to bring joy. So does that make sense to you?
Very much, yes.
Okay. And I'm, as I said, I'm a 3 life path, and I want to tell you something. You really do like to have a 3 as your best friend, because let me tell you one of the reasons, because 3s really do love their friends very, very, very much. And they appreciate and honor their friendships. And I don't mean to say that other numbers don't at all. I'm just picking out the stuff that jumps out at me. And a 3 life path right off the bat, that's what they want. They love their friendships. They want to support their friends. They love to encourage their friends. They're the champion, you can do this. And just in the little teeny conversation that we had when we first met, I totally saw that in you. Totally, you're everybody's cheerleader, and champion. So that is just a tidbit of your life path. And what you're supposed to do is create, express in whatever form it is, because if a 3 keeps things inside and isn't able to express who they are or create something of beauty, whether that is speaking, writing with their hands, if they're not able to create or express, they shut down. They just shut down. It's like putting an overcoat on them. So that's really important for you. The challenge, I'll give you one of the challenges of a 3 life path. And I'll say we, because this does apply to me too, we tend to be hard on ourselves, more critical of ourselves. Do you find that to be true?
I have.
Yeah. And the other thing about 3s, gosh, we want to do everything. Yes. We're always like, well, I'll do this and I'll do this and I'll do this. So there's a lot that we want to do. So some of the numbers that also popped out at me is you, at the beginning, I had said that I don't reduce the numbers except in certain circumstances. I'm not sure if you're aware, Denice, but your birthday, the 22, is a master number. Did you know that?
I have heard that, but I don't exactly know what that means.
Okay, a master number is a very high vibration in numerology. And what it asks you to do, and in your case, because of the 3 create, it needs you to create on a larger level, on a bigger level, to bring whatever it is. It's similar in a different area of Ruth's chart, though, also to bring things out into the community on a larger level. Okay. You also, let me look at, so that's one of the things of the 22, and 22 also equals 4. So 4 is the builder, and they need structure. They need to, which is one of the things in your life, I think it's one of your challenges. Let me check. but you need to bring structure into your life as well. Does that make sense?
Very much. Yes.
Okay. So your other numbers, okay. So it's so interesting because your achievement in life, so there's your achievement, there's your purpose, your passion, your mission. One of your achievements in life is also very highly spiritual. So it's imperative that spiritual studies be a huge part of your life. And there are some people it's part of their life, like a little private part of their life, which is fine. Wherever you get it, wherever you want, it's fine. But for you, it's supposed to be more of what you do and what you are all the time. So does that make sense?
Yes, I got chills when you said that. That's actually the sign for me when the Holy Spirit's talking to me that says actually that you're right. What you're saying is spot on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So let's I want to delve, obviously further. So everybody also has different of expression. As I said, in a numerology chart, there are so many transits, and we're touching on a few of them, and the ones that I think will, I guess, are probably some of the most important ones. So you have a plane of expression on the physical plane of 4, and so you're pretty active though, and curious about things, and can you be a little bit unconventional at times?
Sure. What does that mean? What is that?
I think you look at things differently. You have more of an adventurous type spirit.
Yes. Yes.
And
I'm traditionalist, but I'm also open to new ideas and learning. Yes.
right. And you have to, again, this is kind of reinforced. You really need a creative outlet for
I see.
all your ideas. You also, oh God, there's so much in anybody's chart. Your first name begins with a D. That's the other thing I look at in a person's name. Their first letter has a lot of energy, as well as the first vowel. Now your D, which leads your name, Denice, is a 4. So you have the 22, which is your day of birth, which equals 4. And then you have the D, which brings that energy to your name, leads it, so to speak. And a D has a value of 4. So what does that tell me? That tells me right off the bat, you are a very, very determined person. Very. I would say maybe a little stubborn sometimes.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a yes, and but I'm going to focus on the determination.
Oh, thank you.
Very,
Appreciate that.
yes, very determined. So if I ask you to do something, you're going to do it. You have a very responsible nature as well.
I do.
Very determined, very responsible. You're going to do what you say that you're going to do, and maybe you even overwork at times. Is that possible?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So let's see, what else do I want to tell you about your personality? Oh, okay. Your soul urge, your heart's desire. So we can have a life path, say, of somebody who needs to live a life of outward spirituality. So they're either teaching it or, doing something like that. And then the soul's urge will tell me more about, well, how is that really going to manifest? So for you, your heart's desire is the very, very spiritual 7. So it's without a doubt, everything that you do really has to revolve around spiritual, intuitive teaching.
Okay.
And yeah, there's just no way around it. And in addition, in a very creative way, you have to add creativity to that, however that looks like to you. And I'm not sure how that would look. You also have a really good talent for business, and you do have a good mind for figures and solving problems. You're a really good organizer. Does that make sense?
Yes, problem solving is one of my fortes.
Yeah. So all of that, so for you, it's really probably good to be in your own business, to do your own thing.
Okay.
um Intuitive, um you're kind of almost off the charts on intuitive, because you definitely receive messages from another realm. There's no doubt about that. And it's funny because there have been occasions where I've talked to people and they go, well, I don't know, and then they start telling me about their gut feeling
Mhm.
at times, and I go, well, yeah, that is it. That's your intuition. That is your connection to that higher realm. And as you probably know, from looking at your chart, we all have that ability, but for some people, the veil is a lot thinner between this world and the next. And that's how it is for you. The veil is thinner, so it's easier for you to access that intuitive field. Does that make sense?
Oh, I just got chills. So yes, I've been working on that. Actually, I've been working on actually trying to listen and listen better, and actually trying to learn how to hear, how to receive
Okay.
the messages.
Yeah. Well, you have yeah, again, I just want to repeat that. For you, the veil between this world and the next is a lot thinner than for most people. And it doesn't mean, I always tell people, it doesn't mean that you can't do this. It just means for some people, it's just a little bit, the veil is thinner, it's easier to access. And that is the case for
I
you.
love hearing that. Thank you. That's a gift.
Yeah,
That's a gift.
good, good. So we know you're a leader, you're not a follower.
Right.
I think you have a great sense of humor. I think you can be pretty funny at times.
Okay.
And well, I think is even though you have, this determined side of you, I think that you have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, I do. I like to have fun. I
Yeah.
like to find the humor in things. Absolutely.
All right, so what I do want to talk about also is, let's look at, okay. All righty. Where am I going to take this first? Because there's a lot. Um, hmm. You're This year. You're in a six personal year. Okay,
Okay.
a six personal year really revolves. There's a number of things to it, but it revolves around home and
Mm-hmm.
family.
Okay.
So there's a lot of emphasis on home and family. There's also a lot of emphasis on either your giving help, or also receiving help, either giving counseling, whether that is, however that looks to you, or receiving counseling. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
It does. One of the things that I feel compelled to do is, I went through a divorce about 8 years ago, and so I have this need to want to keep families intact, and I have this need to want to help women, and specifically
Um,
working women, how to be better wives, so
oh,
that actually they can keep their marriage intact, so that the children actually remain in an intact family. And
wow.
I had my first experience just this past month, um, like just sharing what my feedback and my insight, and this woman said that I saved her marriage.
Oh,
I
bless.
know,
God
right?
bless. Oh my God.
The Lord, yes. So that's where my passion is. I feel this need that from my demise and from my bad behavior and from all that I learned from my marriage, breaking down, that I have this need to help the world, to help all married women, help them stay married.
Okay. I'm getting chills on that because it so lines up with your chart this year.
Okay.
Okay. The counseling, the home and family.
Mhm.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So I would really, every year, every, the vibration of each year offers us an opportunity to move with that energy. And some years are better for pushing things and promoting them than others.
Okay.
And for you this year, it's like bullseye. What you just
Okay.
described to me,
Yes.
please go forward with that
Okay.
as much as you can. Um, the other thing is I think you're going to have another spiritual reawakening of somehow. It's like you're going to skyrocket.
Nice.
And really, I say skyrocket because that's the essence, the energy there is like boom. So, and that's probably, let's see, I would say somewhere around your birthday, there's
Okay.
going to be new energy coming in for you,
Okay.
brand new energy, along with what's going on for the full year. Um,
That's exciting.
it is very exciting, really exciting because it's like you're really um falling into the whole, all of the positive aspects of the year, when each year again offers us support. So that's what the universe is. There was no look, there's no accident ever, right? So there was
Mhm.
no accident that you happen to be on the show today and I was doing your chart, and that was probably just the divine saying, okay, this is what you've got to tell Denice, because she's got to make sure that she goes forward with what she's been thinking about.
Okay.
So it's a great year for that for
Yeah.
you. You're so welcome. Um, and for communication, it's there's a lot on your mind though this year also, but it's really important for you to be able to branch out in a lot of new directions. By the way,
Okay.
yeah, it's really important for you to connect up with more people in, I don't know, even maybe romantically. I don't know if you're involved in a relationship.
I'm not, but I feel whole when I'm in one.
Okay. So there's the primary energy, I have to say, is about your career, doing your work, but
Yes.
there's an undercurrent there of a relationship, a really good possibility of, especially this year, bringing one in. Also,
Can
are
you tell
you
me where to find him?
okay? All right. I'll figure it out. Um,
Hmm.
okay, another question I have for you. Are you considering, maybe not at this exact moment, but have you toyed with the idea of moving?
So I just moved last year into a new home.
Okay.
So I am not considering moving right now. No,
Right.
not at all.
Right.
I mean, perhaps in careers. Would that is that popping up?
Yeah, but this has something to do with real estate. Now it might be that it's because you already moved, but no,
Well, I
no.
am looking to prepare my basement to rent out for
Okay.
actual for income. That's what I'm
Okay.
working very hard to get that prepared so that I can actually have a roommate. Hmm.
Okay. Wow. If we were closer, we could do something.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Where are you?
Florida.
Oh, nice.
I'm in
Mhm.
Florida. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had thought about, I had a roommate. I don't have a roommate any longer. And I was, anyway, no, this isn't about me today. This is about you. So
That's okay.
anyway,
But if you come to Colorado, you're in. Love your
okay.
energy. You're in.
Wow. Well, I'm under a lot of changes this year. So that would be funny.
It would be lovely.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna move forward with that real estate. So that's what that makes, that satisfies, as I say, that satisfies the chart. Because I knew there was something with real estate and your home, so that's
Okay.
what it is. You're getting,
Yes.
you'll find somebody, who knows? Uh, um, so any financial deals or business deals or anything are really, it's really a lot of positive energy in your chart this year for all of that. So the message here is to move forward
Okay.
with confidence and courage, and know that, of course, I mean, we always know that the angels and the guides and the divine has our back.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times, there's no but about it, and there are times where they're going, okay, like hold back a little bit, now isn't the right time. But for you it is. So this
Okay.
is the time to really, really move forward. And if there was like any, you have really a lot of power and energy, like if there was anything health wise that was bothering you, to overcome anything, it's all like they're right there, like holding you and saying, okay, you've got it, we've got it, please move
Oh,
ahead.
oh, okay.
It's pretty cool. Let me see what else. I mean, we could talk about this for a really, really long time. I wanted to hit the keynotes or the keystones of your chart. And let's see what else. So what else? Let's see, maybe your pinnacle. Powerful pinnacle as well, 8 pinnacle. And new beginnings. And let me see. Yeah, your other essence is, again, you're starting an entirely new phase of your life.
Yes. My daughter's going off to college, and this is actually time for me to write my book and do podcasts and get out there and help women. Yes, that's where I feel like it's time to do this. Is that
Well,
what
that's absolutely, it's like a new identity is emerging for you,
you?
and the energies that be are asking you to embrace that
Nice.
and to bring that forward. It's just the time. You have a lot of leadership abilities right now.
Mhm.
um it's all just all moving forward, new beginnings, claiming your power, stepping into your power. It's advancement, it's letting go of the old, beginning the new. And what else? And it's really, really, really important that in your home environment,
Mhm.
that you have a home environment that's really harmonious, peaceful.
Yes,
That's really important. And I think you're a visual person anyway, right?
I am. Mhm.
So you appreciate visually, that's is important to you, isn't it?
Yes,
That,
aesthetics. I need everything, and I'd like to have everything in its place so that it actually looks beautiful. That way it brings actually good energy to me.
yeah. So more so than ever this year, that's really important. Lots of flowers or plants or whatever, also bringing that in as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm going to ask you, do you have a question or any questions?
No, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I needed to hear. It's reaffirming. It's actually what should I say? It's encouraging. It's it's just it's guiding. It's full of guidance. And
Yeah.
that that is when it's nice to have somebody that kind of has your back, right? So
Yes, I
especially when you're not in a relationship, right? I mean, So, when yes, you have friends and they're awesome, like you said, and we really appreciate them. But when you don't have a partner, right, supporting you, you have to find it elsewhere, right?
Right.
So that's where I'm working on, with the Holy Spirit, right? And with, as you
Yeah.
call it, the divine, and and then also I've been developing these additional friends in a Bible study that I used to host here at the house, and now we're doing it through Zoom. And they have
Wow.
brought so much love and support and connection, connection with God. It's been it's been such a blessing, really.
That also makes sense too. As I said, you have a lot of this energy all rushing in
Hmm.
and supporting you. And it's not, again, I always like to add, that doesn't mean that we don't always have it. It's just that sometimes there are challenges placed in our path
Hmm.
in order to help us. It's always to help us to grow and evolve, to let us see something that's going to help us
Right.
achieve another level
Right.
of spiritual uh, intuition or knowledge, or just another level of understanding and compassion. So we're always guided, but sometimes you get kind of a year where it's like full steam ahead, just keep going, you
Yes,
know?
and it feels great. It feels so loving. It feels so
Yeah.
loving. And kudos to Ruth. She's the one that encouraged me to actually buy my home. So
Wow.
it started there. So
Well,
that's
we
that's
love.
that's where I got the confidence and the security. Like, okay, I can actually own a home without a husband. Like I like I just didn't know that was possible for me.
Well, no, I understand that. I'm not with anyone right now. Well, my husband passed away about almost
Oh,
3 years ago now,
oh,
and
Michelle, I'm so sorry.
no,
Oh,
thank you, thank you. Yeah,
whoa, okay.
um,
Oof.
yeah. Okay, so anyway, I'm still in our home,
Mm.
but I think I have to make some decisions about that. Right now I'm staying at my daughter's. I'm here at my daughter's, which is really beautiful. My daughter's son-in-law, my granddaughter, who I love,
Oh,
and
nice.
apparently they love me because they haven't kicked me out in 5
Oh,
weeks. So that's nice. But yeah, so going back to the numerology, what I've been doing it for 25 or 30
uh-huh.
years, and when I started doing it, it was like, really, I mean, it was so hard for me to wrap my mind around how a set of numbers, your
Mm,
name, because again, your name has a numerical correlate, how that could describe your past, your present, your future. And it was only I studied for years and ran all of this past my mentor, Kevin Quinn Avery, that I saw like, wow, like this is divinely inspired,
mm,
and it's also in the Kabbalah. So it's pretty amazing, really amazing. And you use it as support,
yes,
because you want to know, like when people are going through a really challenging time, it always, everything comes to an end. We know that, everything comes to an end in this physical experience, right? So a lot of times if you're going through a rough time, I can say, okay, well, these are the challenges, these are the lessons, and this is how you want to navigate through them. And don't worry, this isn't going to last forever, so it's a guide and it's a support, and I think it's a great way to tap in to the universal God force and the divine to maybe make some better decisions about your life and feel hopeful, not
right.
hopeless, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful work you're doing, Michelle, because just what all that you said, when you have hope, I know it's such an interesting word, but when you have hope, it actually allows you to open yourself up to possibilities.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. If there's no hope, there's no life. And, and that's when people get depressed and down. And it's so important, right?
Oh,
To
I've been
be,
there. I've been there.
me
So
too.
we're on the upswing.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I have. And it's only through this work, thank God, and close friends that, help me to, navigate through all that. And
Ditto.
my
Ditto, ditto.
connection, with the universe, saying
Mhm.
sometimes, show me something, I'm blocked, just open me up. And you know what, the universe always delivers. God, the universe, the divine, always, without a doubt, if
Mm,
you ask that of the universe, it will deliver the answer to you, right?
yes. Ask, seek, knock, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think that's all the time we have for today. And I thank you so much, Denice, for being a willing participant in this.
Oh, no, it's no, the honor is all mine. Thank you for actually giving me this awesome, inspirational like session. I would like to be like I would like to write something so other people
Oh,
will
that's
will
sweet.
will want to do a session with you because I really, really appreciate your gift. And
Thank
I
you.
know that I can't imagine anybody not actually being in need of it. So
Well, yeah, we can all use it, but I'm a great believer, and as you are too, people show up in our lives for a reason,
yes,
and the
yes.
right people get a reading. It's that simple.
Right.
So I don't have to ever, worry about that. The right people get a reading.
Nice.
So after the show, I do check all the comments. So if anybody is commenting, because I can't see them right now, and if anybody has any questions, I'm so happy to ask. And my next show is Thursday, April 30th, which is the last day of April. And that means that I'll be sharing some insights about the numerological aspects for May, which I'm sure we're all interested in finding that out.
Hmm.
And on May 16th, I'm also going to be doing a masterclass, understanding your numbers, exploring your gifts, your passions, your life path. It's an experiential workshop, and that's May 16th. And oh, Ruth, yes, I forgot the time, but you can always check it out on our wonderful network, right? Enlightened World Network. So thank you all, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Hmm. Thank you,
Bye
Michelle.
bye.
Love.